no play, not even one-man shows or one-man shows. And Ellie brings such a warmth to Stella and such a heart, but also a sensuality. Tara has just this magnetism, no matter what setting you're putting it in. If you were putting in 1947 or you're putting this contemporary setting, she has this amazing magnetism. And with Phineas, you have just an amazing collaborator who is always willing to try something new. And even everyone in this cast, it's an amazing ensemble that brings a breath of life to this that makes it feel like a full world rather than just intermittent characters.
I love her ability to weather the kind of hysteria around her and come back from it. Having learned something, I think she always takes a part of the chaos around her with her, but is able to rise above herself and her emotions in ways that the people around her aren't. And that's something I strive for myself. I think I also am attracted to her because of her understanding of Blanche's condition, and she grew up in a similar circumstance to Blanche, obviously, since they grew up together. I think she understands and knows from the minute she sees Blanche that she's going to have to choose between her old way and her new way of life. And I think that's something a lot of young girls go through. So.
One of the hard things for me, especially with Blanche, is that she's such an iconic character. And we think of her as that true Southern belle. So physically, a lot of my early rehearsal process, she was very almost dated. You know, my physical approach to her was very small and dainty and quaint, because that's what I think of with her. And not that she doesn't still have those moments. I just think in 2018, those moments are a choice for her rather than them being her natural physicality. So I've had to think, and Nate has had me really thinking about how do I take my current 2018 physicality and that constant momentum that we have now, and bring this Southern belle into that.
I mean, I think all the leads in this play in particular are very iconic. It's an iconic play. So to take nothing away from Blanche or Stella, I think for whatever reason, people really remember, Marlon Brando. And then they've probably seen this production 2, 3, 4 times in their life. And so there are these sort of tropes about a character like Stanley. And while you have to serve the writing and do justice to the story and really fulfill the arc of the play, one thing I want for people to consider is if they know someone like Stanley, if they're friends with someone like Stanley, and if on some level they maybe don't root for him, but empathize with him. Because in the broad strokes, he's not somebody that people would necessarily say, oh, that's a good guy, or that's somebody I want to be close to. I think it's probably true of me. I wouldn't necessarily want a friend like Stanley. But the challenge for me is making him somebody that people feel like, I get him, I know him, I don't agree with him, but I understand why he is the way he is. Instead of being just a terrifying sort of domestic villain, that's not where I want to leave people.
So I hope you'll come and join us at Streetcar Named Desire at Falcon Theater. It runs March 16th through 31st, and you can find out all about ticket information at falcontheater.net.